welcome to Craft Cafe. I've got a little cat on my lap right now. Hey Sylvie. So I can't really get up to film, so I thought I'd just do a hand job. I mean, sorry. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. So this week I made this amazing date and walnut loaf. It was so good. I think I have a recipe. I'll link it down below. I always use fresh dates with any sort of date recipe, and I still soak them. It makes it extra jammy, extra gooey, extra moist, and who doesn't want that? So this was really, really amazing. Highly recommend this. Then I cooked some recipes from that vegetarian cookbook by Hart. The first one I made was some tostadas with butternut squash, I think broad beans, goat's cheese, pickled radishes, which were phenomenal. I don't even normally like radishes because they're a bit peppery, but these pickled radishes were the star of this show. I would leave out the broad beans next time. They really weren't necessary, but otherwise these are really good. I also added some baked whiting to them, some fish. They lend themselves really well to becoming fish tacos, so highly recommend. I also made the green beans, and they were done in this amazing herb sauce, which also had cardamom and honey in it, and it was so damn good. I did serve it with a labneh. It doesn't even need the labneh. They're amazing on their own. My kids even ate them, and they just really elevated green beans. So freaking good. Highly recommend. They were delicious. And then on Wednesday, to have as a snack while my girlfriend Kate and I watched Wednesday, which I'm still in love with. I know I might have been a bit harsh in my first opinion because it was just not very Addams Family, and that's what I was expecting, but it's still a great show and I'm still loving it. So for a snack, I made a bread and butter pudding. It's pretty much a trash version of a bread and butter pudding. So instead of bread, you use cinnamon donuts, which I'm already a big fan, and then you put dollops of Nutella and Biscoff, which is like a cookie butter spread, and then you put the custard on top and bake it. Now for the custard component, they recommended putting sugar in it, and I'm like, bitch, this has so much sugar already. Like, you've got cinnamon sugar donuts as the base, and then you've got Nutella and Biscoff. Like, it doesn't need any more sugar. So I didn't put the sugar, and you don't need it. It's already sweet, but I can see maybe to some people why they wouldn't think it's sweet enough, but it was really yum. And definitely best eaten hot. It doesn't cool down great. So I would recommend to get into it pronto, but that was delicious. And in regards to crochet, this month I did go outside of my comfort zone and I made some socks for my partner. Now I couldn't find a YouTube tutorial that worked for his feet, so I just sort of winged it, and I don't think I am good enough to be winging it yet, but I tried and they kind of worked out. He loves them, that's all that matters, but I'm going to be honest, I don't really enjoy making socks. So I probably won't be making socks for a while yet. I also tried making a top. I made 2 tops. I'll put them on and I'll show you the tops, but I don't think I'll be making tops in the future because to go over my shoulders, they get stretched out, and then when they're on, the waist bit hangs loose because my waist is obviously a lot smaller than, you know, like this circumference. So I don't think I'll be making little tops again unless they're tied up in the back. I think you have to have tie up for crochet, because that way you can loosen them up to get over and so it doesn't stretch, and then tighten it up, because otherwise, yeah, just a sort of cropped singlet thing doesn't work. But yeah, without much further ado, let's have a look at what I actually made. Hello, so let's look at what I've crafted this month. So we'll start with the hat I made for my daughter, which was out of cottons, and I put little flowers on the side, and she loves it. It's not at home at the moment, but it came out wonky, but it was still pretty decent. She's happy. Then I made 2 scarves, one for each kid. The first one is knit or dye in Mountain Eyebright, and the next one is in Sapphire Damselfly. So both are knit or dye, and they're quite soft. I think this was 4-ply, and I think I did half double back loop for the stitch. And so then we've got the socks, and the first pair I made was from the yarn Pretty Twisted Knots in Aurora Australis. And the second pair of socks I made were just a whole bunch of scraps. So I just sewed all the scraps together. And then I made some tops. So the first top is made out of Bella Cotton Mirror Fill in color 410. and I've done it in lemon peel stitch, so it's like, it looks quite wide, but that's how wide it has to be able to go over my shoulders, and it's still quite tight. So yeah, I did this in lemon peel stitch, double stranded it, which is why the colors are all mixed together. And then the next top is the Memento worsted in fuchsia, and I did this in half double back loop. So you've got sort of that ribbed kind of look, and I did different straps for these ones, so I sewed them in, whereas the other ones I did ties. So those are the two tops that I made. Now going on to bags. Here we've got 24 Mile Hollow in Hellfire Heidi. This is 70 merino, 20 nylon, 10 silk. I've done Suzette stitch because that is pretty much what I do all my bags in. And I have my Pop Girls Tarot in here. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. It came up, worked up beautifully, and it feels lovely. So very happy with this one. Then I have, this is Australian Wool Store in Uluru. This is pretty cool. I'm kind of happy with how the color worked up. It's definitely different. I love the black with the pops of pastel color. I keep my Pythonic Tarot in here. And yeah, I wanted a cool sort of yarn to go with it. And it's so soft and lovely. So that was that bag. And then we have another Australian Wool Store yarn in Sparklers. So this is super cute. It's very soft and sorbet-like. It does feel different to the other one in that I keep my Crystal Forests Tarot, and I sort of took the pastel colors as inspiration for this bag. Once again, Suzette stitch, but I'm happy how it worked up. This one is a bit rough for some reason. So that's everything that I made this month. I hope you're having a spectacular morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And as always, stay wild, Star Child.